But when you choose a medical treatment, what do you think? What are the important features should be there in that medical treatment? It can be anything. It can be the modern medicine, it can be traditional medicine, but what is there at the back of the mind of the patient? What should be there at the back of the mind of the patient? To my understanding, the back of the mind of the patient should be, I want something which should be safest without any side effect. I want something which is fastest, very, very fast to cure me. I don't want to be in pain. Third condition should be evidence-based. There should be clear-cut evidence about it that is safe and fast. Fourth, fourth, number of health problem it targets. It should not be like there are several, for BP, there is one medicine, for diabetes, another medicine, for cholesterol, the third medicine. At the end, you end up with the collection of medicine, and that medicine itself bring more illness, right? So, one solution for multiple problems. And it should be so economical that one can do at home without the assistance of anybody. If that is, we could find any medicine like that or treatment, I call that as the best treatment. So today I try to bring to you this kind of medicine which nearly should have or will have all these features. So this card I'm keeping here, and I should place it here. So to remind you again and again that are we getting closer to what this is? It should be safest, it should be fastest, it should be evidence-based, it should target multiple problems, and it should be most economical so that anybody can afford it at home. So that is a basic idea, whether it is a chronic illness or whether it is the emergency conditions. So here, I'm Dr. Biswaroop Choudhary from India, and presently in India, based on what I'm going to talk today, we are running 20 integrated medicine hospitals. This is one of the picture of the hospital near New Delhi, and the largest chain of integrated medicine hospital in the country in India. And here, when the patient comes, whether it is a chronic kidney disease patient or a cancer patient or a diabetes patient or any other illness you think of, heart disease, etc., we follow what I'm going to tell you now, and we see great result. As a result of it, we started the one hospital about 3 years back. Now we are having 20 hospitals. That itself is a testimonial that the things are getting popular in India, and also in Nepal and Vietnam, and now we are also starting in Malaysia. But importantly, for this, we need not to start in a hospital because, as I said, one of the conditions is it should be done at home. But many people who are lazy, they don't want to do at home. For them is, yes, you come to our hospital, pay to us, and to get healed, right? But always I encourage that you become your own doctor, because you are the only person who is always with you, right? And you are the person who is feeling the pain. So nobody else should take care of you, can better take care of you in comparison to yourself. So that is the main focus, that is the main vision and mission of Biswaroop International Healing Limited, which is a company here. So we start with, I am Dr. Biswaroop, and my basic qualification is engineering graduate, so I know all these things. And after that, I did post-graduation in diabetes, followed by PhD in chronic kidney disease. So a mix of engineering and the little bit background of medical science understanding. So when we combine those things, probably we can achieve this. So here I will start with the first medicine, and that is called the time as medicine. First of all, when we say medicine, the thing come in the mind is medicine means some tonic, some tablets, some capsules, some injection, some surgery, some chemotherapy. But if you go to the dictionary and try to find what is medicine, in the dictionary, medicine means anything, any science which can prevent or heal a disease is medicine. What is medicine? Any science. Science means it has to be scientific, which help you to heal or to prevent a disease. That is the definition. It doesn't say it has to be in capsule form or a tablet form or a tonic form. It should be in a science form, right? Then it is a medicine. So if it is so, then the first medicine is time as medicine. Anyway, what I am going to tell you need not to believe just because I am telling you. At the end, I'll give you an opportunity. You can confront, you can argue, you can put your point against what I'm saying. And I think only then it will be more productive, right? So if you have some, while we are in the process of understanding those five medicine, if you have some argument, etc., you keep on noting down somewhere or try to remember so that at the end you can confront, you can argue, right? It is a matter of your life and death, right? So it has to be very, very clear, very, very scientific, reasonable. So coming to the first medicine, the time as medicine. Can the time become medicine? Definitely yes. Very interesting. To understand the time as medicine, we have to understand this. Every organ of our body is having its own time clock, we all know. And in medical science, it is called circadian clock. What is circadian clock? To make you understand, I'll give you one small hint. And the hint is right now, maybe about 9 o'clock, 9:15, 9:20. So tomorrow you do one experiment at this similar time, you take your blood pressure. And after 12 hours, that is evening 9 o'clock or 9:15 or 10 o'clock, you take another blood pressure. You will see a pattern. In the morning, the blood pressure is here, right? And in the evening, right, the blood pressure is here, down. It is not same, down, right, by 10% or 20%, right? So there is a pattern. There is a the circadian clock of your heart. It is never same. It has to go down little bit before you sleep, and that going down will make you sleep. If someday you are not able to sleep, check your BP. Maybe it is same, or it is other way around. So that is what is called the circadian clock of your heart. Okay, you can do one more experiment to understand what is circadian clock of your kidney. You take two bottles, 1 liter bottle, and in one you write day bottle. In second, you write midnight bottle. And throughout the day, whenever you pass urine, you collect that in bottle day. Right? And after you sleep, in the middle of the night, if you have to get up and pass urine, then you collect it in bottle midnight. You will see a pattern. The day bottle will be about 3 times than the midnight bottle. So that is the circadian clock of your kidney. But some people whose kidney is sick, it can be reversed. So this means the circadian clock of the kidney is disturbed. So through this, I try to make understand that what is circadian clock. And for example, circadian clock is, we have important organs like brain, heart, lung, kidney, but you know one important thing, they all work in coordination with each other, right? Only then we are healthy. So let's try to understand this. Let's say there is an orchestra here, and all kind of musician is there. A guitar person is there, a tabla person is there, piano man is there, and they all are expert in their own musical instrument. But when they are playing, it will be music to your eyes if there is a harmony among them, if there is a coordination among them. Now, if cleverly you try to disturb one of them, right, then, and he is not able to coordinate with the rest of them, then what you will hear is not the music, it is the noise. Even if he is playing well, but if there is no coordination with other musicians, then you will hear it noise. So what is the difference between noise and music? It is the only difference is whether they are well coordinated or not. Similarly, our organs in the body, if it coordinates with each other well, then the life is a music. If the coordination is lost, that means the circadian clock of the body is lost. And then it will be the noise. Our life will be a noise, disease, sickness. So that is what is circadian clock. Here only one medicine can bring back the music in your life. That is time as medicine. So, what is time as medicine and how to do it? If you, from today's lecture, you want to take only one thing back home, then this is what I'm going to speak in next 2 minutes. The most important medicine, without it, one can never be completely healthy, is time as medicine. And time is something which is available to anybody. You don't need any money to buy it. It cannot come in bottle. Only you have to understand it a little bit. So, for time as medicine, you have to understand uh, this. You see, imagine that you take the breakfast at 7 a.m. I'll put this also here. Is it visible here? No. Is it visible now? Little bit. But if I place here, will it be visible? If not, then don't worry. I'll explain also. So, time as medicine we are talking about, very, very simple and most powerful among what I am going to speak after this. We take our breakfast say at 7 a.m. Then lunch 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, dinner at say 9 o'clock. Right. So the eating bracket is between 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. or 8 p.m. Somebody, it is different for different person. Eating bracket I am talking of. And when you stop eating is maybe about 9 p.m. and then you sleep the whole night and morning again you start eating. That is the eating bracket, the window of eating. Now this window of eating is one important factor which helps for the organ to come in harmony with each other. Right. So I'll give you one example to make you understand this. In the middle of the night, some you get up and go to the kitchen to get a glass of water. Think of that. And suddenly you hear and you notice there is some noise. You understand there is some rat, right, making some noise. Right? So what the rat is doing at the night, midnight? Why the rat is not sleeping in the midnight? Rat is a nocturnal animal. They are designed to eat in the night. They are designed to rest in the day, right? So that is how their circadian clock is designed like that. So they go by the nature and they eat or collect food when we are sleeping. Now, many experiments were done on rats all over the world, and the experiment was very simple. They took same kind of rats, and to one group of rat, they gave the food after the sunset, right? Maybe 10 o'clock, and kept the food with them. And before the sunrise, they took away the food. This means the rat is having the opportunity to eat only in the night, right? And the second group, understand this, they gave the food opportunity after sunrise and after sunset. If the rat has not eaten, take away the food. This means the second group is having the opportunity to eat only during the day, but they are designed to eat in the night. Understand that. When they did it for few days, only few days, what happened? The rat who were forced to eat only during the day, they became fatter. They develop diabetes, they develop cancer, they develop heart disease, all disease similar to what human get. So, and they start dying also. On the other hand, the rat who were fed only during the night, they were healthy, right? So that is one thing. Second part, more interesting, the group 2 rat, those who are getting sick because they were fed in the day. Again, the researcher, they changed their timing. They started feeding them only in the night. So at the same speed, they started reversing those disease. Very, very important. The cancer, it started getting away, the heart disease getting away, the diabetes getting away. They became thin again, they became energetic again. So that is what is the time as medicine. Now let's try to understand it in a human context. human context is you have to understand here 8 a.m. is the time when your pancreas get up. 8 p.m. is the time when the pancreas go for sleep. This is the time bracket available to you when you can eat. Right? So when you disturb this timing, you start getting sick. You disturb the circadian clock of the body, similar to what happened to the rat. So here today in the uh, arena of internet, now or you say Netflix, etc. So we lost the sense of time. If you want to eat in the midnight 12, it is very easy. Just app, you can call food anytime. If you want to watch a movie in the night, it is possible, right? Not 20 years back. At that time, there was a definite time when the television will be switched off, right? So, but now the human, they can eat anytime, they can be entertained anytime. And when they are getting entertained, they would like to eat, right? So, very, very simple. Let's say you have some enemy and you want to kill that enemy, right, without any gun. What you do, you give him the food outside the time zone of the pancreas, right? Not after 8 a.m. and not before 8 p.m. After 8 p.m., say 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, better 1 o'clock, 1 night, midnight, right? You serve the food which he likes, right? Oh, you are a very good person, you just eat. So, more we increase the time bracket outside the zone of the pancreas, we start getting sick. We have to understand the pancreas, they sleep at 8 p.m. So this means you have to feed yourself by 6 p.m., right, before the sunset, so that it gets 2 hours time to do its work. But if you want to disturb the pancreas, the time clock of the pancreas, at 9 p.m. you feed something to yourself. This means pancreas to remain awake, right, after his time zone. And it will be awake, it will do its job. And one of the musician pancreas, if you are successful in disturbing that, it will impact the other organs, the other musical instruments, heart, lung, right? You understand from the example of the orchestra. You need to disturb only one of them. In this case, the human does it well with the pancreas. So now, window of eating, remember this, what I'm going to show you here. Window of eating should be between 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. I'm not asking you to eat less. I'm not asking you to change your food. I'm asking you to eat whatever you want to eat, or whatever you're already eating. I'm just saying you eat with the bracket of 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Right? So if you start doing it within 15 days, 7 days to 15 days, your blood sugar will start dropping. You'll be forced to taper down the blood sugar medicine. By 10 day to 15 day, your blood pressure will start dropping. You'll be forced to stop the blood pressure medication. Within 3 weeks to 4 weeks, your joint pain will start vanishing. Within a month's time, your weight will reduce by 5% if you're fat, right? Till the time you achieve your normal BMI. Right? So these are the changes within the first 10 days, 7 days to 10 days, you will get better sleep, more energetic. So these are the measurable difference when you eat within the time zone. I just told you 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Right? There may be a lot of how I can do it. I have to come from the job. I come back at 8 p.m. Then I have dinner at 10 p.m. Those things we'll take out later on. But if I'm saying if you can do it, then this will happen. Some all may not be able to do it. For that, we have hormone medicine if you're not able to do it. But if you're able to do it, so the disease vanishes. If you start the reverse, means you expand your eating window. When you expand the eating window, the disease appear. When you contract the eating window, reduce the eating window, the disease very quickly start disappearing, vanish. You again increase the time zone of eating, disease appear. Again, you come back to the time zone between the pancreas schedule, disease disappear. Very, very simple, like a magic, right? So there are some professions where this is not possible. For example, the pilots, they need to fly in the night. Emergency doctors, they have to make a duty in the night, midnight, right? Or guards, soldiers, right? All over the world it is seen. All over the world it is seen. These are the kind of people, unfortunately, they are having more cancer, more heart disease. Their mortality is higher than the normal population. So this is the problem with those who work beyond the time zone. Those who are working the night shift, definitely they will eat in the night only, because in the day they are sleeping, right? So for them it is not possible to follow the time zone. But if you break the law of nature, then this means you're compromising with your health. At least it is possible for those who are so sick that they are not able to do any job. They are just at home. For them, the priority is the health. In that case, there is no excuse. They have to be within the time zone, right? So those who are healthy and they are at night shift, so they can do whatever they want to do. But those who are absolutely sick, so they don't have any excuse, right? This time zone they have to fit in, right? So now what I just said, I know that you would like to know some, like to have a lot of evidence. All the evidences are there in my book, The Circadian Doctor, and it is available in Amazon, etc. But if you want to download a free copy of it, you can download from my website. And this is the book, and this copy of the book I'll give to Dr. Zorina. So our mentor here, I should come there. So this is the first. So here you don't need any money, right? You need not to change your eating habit, only time, right? So a lot of people, including my wife, she will not eat much. She want to be thin. She want to be healthy. She follow everything. But in the middle of the night, when she suddenly get up, she want to open the fridge and see a little bit. Let me eat it, right? And she breaks the rule. It is as if she disturbed the pancreas. Oh, get up, get up, get up, right? And then the whole circadian clock is broken, right? Then she argues the next day, only little bit, right? So it is not about the quantity of the food, it is the timing of the food. That is the thing which is very, very important, right? And if you want to know the importance of it, read this book, and I have collected all the evidences from all over the globe. And interesting is, we follow it in all our hospitals. In our hospital, our kitchen starts at 9 o'clock in the morning and definitely closes at 7 p.m. So all kind of patient, we know all kind of patient, healthy one and patient, right? We know the moment we change this rule, definitely we're going to get the result. So we are very confident that we take in all kind of patients. Now, I'm talking the second medicine, which is important after this, food as medicine. Your food becomes your medicine. So about 14 years back, I invented what I call as DIP diet, right? So if you want to know more about the history of DIP diet, about the science of it, about all the evidences of it, then definitely you can go to uh, and this book in many languages you can read and understand. With the limitation of time, I will not go into that detail, but for your more clarification and your reference, you can read. So DIP diet, it has been already 14 years. We have been advocating and prescribing all in many countries, including in Malaysia. We had for a number of years, 72 hours residential tour. There we have been giving it and getting a great result. But this is something which you can do at home. In fact, in India, there was a clinical trial on DIP diet, randomized controlled trial, and for a bone disease, inflammatory disease, and they got a great result. So in Nepal also last year, they did a clinical trial, randomized controlled trial, but that was a very small trial, only for 7 days. And they found that when the diabetes patient, BP patient, and patient who are obese, they are on DIP diet within 7 days. Many of them, they had to leave the medicine. Most of them, the BP medicine, the sugar medicine, that is so powerful. So come back to this: fastest, safest, and evidence-based. So I'm showing the evidence. It is randomized control trial in India, then randomized control trial in Nepal, and the Nepal Health Ministry, they issued this letter to me with the result of the DIP diet. Similarly, one trial was done here in Malaysia. This is done by the team of Dr. Aziz. Dr. Aziz, are you here? He's just outside. He'll be coming anyway any moment. So, but this time he did a observation study on chronic kidney disease patient, and the trial total was of 20, I think it was 25 days. And he found that the patients who were given the DIP diet, 25 days trial, their chronic kidney disease patients, their kidney functioning improved substantially. So at least 3 countries, there are trials, and most important is we've been doing it already for 14 years, and you can just try it at home and see how it gives a result to you. What is DIP diet? Very, very simple. Only 3 steps. Step 1, till 12 noon, be only on fruits. Don't eat anything else. Only fruit diet. 4 type of fruits you choose of your choice. Any fruit. When I say any, please remember this word any, right? Because in many of my seminar, after I stop, they say, can I eat mango? So when I say any, it includes mango also. When I say any, it means include oranges also, it includes pineapple also, it includes everything. Anything which you can eat, any fruits. Then somebody say, oh, I'm a diabetes patient, doctor asked me to avoid mango, but I said any. In fact, this is a mango season, right? And in our hospital, since many patients, they love mango, but they are not able to eat, or they didn't, they are asked to avoid it. Those who are diabetic patient, they are thrilled when in the morning we give them a full plate of mango, but scared also that they are diabetic patient on insulin. If I eat a lot of mango, then something worse will happen. But to their surprise, and you will be surprised when you will do it, after 2 hours when you take the blood sugar, it will be unusually in control, unusually, to the extent that within the first 24 hours, if you do not reduce at least by 40% to 70% your insulin intake, those who are insulin dependent, then you will land up in a hypoglycemic stage. The first thing, till 12 noon. This means don't eat anything other than fruits till 12 noon. So I am not asking you to be hungry. Rather, what I am asking you to eat a lot of fruits. How much? Your body weight. My body weight is 70 kg into 10. That becomes 700. Make it grams. This means my dose is of 700 grams or more. Or more. This means I am not asking you to be hungry, right? But I am asking that you have to eat in ample. But let's say I eat 600 grams and I feel so full that I cannot eat anymore. It's okay. Then leave it, right? That becomes your diet. But if you're hungry, eat this only again till 12 noon. Nothing else. Lot of fruits, all kind of fruits. 3 to 4 variety, the best, right? A ball of fruits, eat it, right? Those don't have teeth, they can make a smoothie out of it and drink it. Step 1. Step 2, when you sit for lunch or for dinner, remember, I'm talking of both of them. 2 plates keep on the table, dining table. In plate 2, remember that you are not restricting your food. You put all those food which you have been eating already, but vegetarian food, right? So anything, it can be rice, it can be noodles, it can be pasta, it can be whatever you have been already eating traditionally, you put in plate 2. As much quantity as you want, not restricting the quantity and not restricting even time kind of food, but vegetarian food. Before you touch this plate, eat plate 1. This is your medicine, food as medicine. 4 type of vegetable which you think you can eat in raw: tomato, cucumber, radish, carrot, onion, etc. right? Lettuce, etc. And your body weight 70 kg for me into 5, that becomes 350 grams. This is my medicine. 350 grams of plate 1. Okay, finish plate 1. Now let me eat the plate 2. You may be thinking, if I eat this much of plate 1, I'll be totally full. I'll not have any scope to eat plate 2. But unlike that, within the first 3-4 days, you will see your metabolism rate will increase, you will feel more hungry, and you will end up eating the plate 2 in the same quantity or even more than what you are able to eat now and during the lunch or dinner. So your cooked section is still there intact, but before that, I'm saying before that, not along with it. First finish it. Immediately then you start it. This order is also a medicine. Right? Some clever person says, let me first finish this and then I eat that. The result will also be opposite. If you are curious to know about the science behind it, you must read that book, which I gave the reference, The Last Days of Diabetes. Initially, this DIP diet we released for the diabetes patient. But then within a week's time, they came back and say, oh, I had to drop my BP medicine also. Right? They have to say, okay, within 1 month that now I don't need any thyroid medicine or cholesterol, etc. Right? So all the parameters that come forward start falling in place. Then we realized it is not just a diabetes diet, it is a diet for all kind of illness. This is what you have to do in lunch and in dinner. And one last thing for DIP diet. Third step, avoid only 2 things. Anything which comes from the factory, packed food, refined food, biscuit, bread, avoid it, right? When you hold the food, you ask from where it came. Did it come from the factory? Throw it. Second thing, avoid anything which comes from the animal, like dairy products, like eggs, fish. Avoid it. Somebody may be hardcore animal food eater. Many of you, most of you. But I'm saying if you're sick and if your priority is to heal yourself first, then do it for at least 1 month. And once you're cured, right, which should not take much time, then you can have a cheating diet. Cheating means once in a week or twice in a week, you're allowed to break the rules and do whatever you want, right? So sometimes you are going outside to enjoy, then you can do it, right? So the things which are done once in a while does not matter much to the body. If you go to the gym once in 1 month, it will not matter anyway to the body, right? So this you have to understand, right? So this is what you have to avoid. And throughout the day, if you want to eat anything in addition to the breakfast, lunch, and dinner, then sprouts anytime, and nuts, all kind of nuts, anytime, any quantity, or about your body weight. My body weight is 70 kg, that means 70 grams. If it means if you want to eat fruits, even after 12 o'clock, if you want to eat or munch, it is possible, right? There is no restriction. Sunshine about 40 minutes every day, very, very important. Nothing can replace this. Very important. But if you say 40 minutes, I don't have time or something, some kind of excuse, then I negotiate with you. Okay, make it 30 minutes. But then you say again, no, even 30 minutes not possible. Then I say, okay, 20 minutes. If not 20 minutes, at least 10 minutes, right? If not 10 minutes, then you're destined to be sick, right? So, but what I mean to say, at least some amount of sunshine every day, consistently. Right? Make a routine. For example, I made a routine that whenever I have breakfast, I open the window, let the sun rays fall on my skin. If not on the whole body, some part of the body, little bit also, right? Little bit also. So this becomes the DIP diet, and this is already having a great results in last several years in India, in Malaysia, in Vietnam, wherever we have centers, wherever we have our activities, and most importantly, these are done all over the world by thousands and thousands of patients. If you Google DIP diet, you will see uh, thousands of videos made by the patients when they got healed. I'm sure when you'll use it, you'll be also wanting to spread it, then you will make your own video which will help further. So this is the second medicine which I'm talking about. Irrespective of the disease, cancer, heart disease, just put the patient on this DIP diet. Now the third medicine, very, very interesting medicine. I call it 0 volt medicine. The 0 volt medicine, it is based on when your body voltage is 0. If anybody is electrical engineer, they will understand this. Then your immunity is at the peak. Highest immunity when your voltage is 0. Right now, nobody is having 0 volt, including me. 0 volt happens only in one condition, when you touch the earth. The moment you touch the earth voltage is known to be 0 volt. So when you touch the earth makes your voltage same as earth's voltage. It matches that. It takes few seconds. How many seconds it takes? To be very precise, it takes 10 seconds to make your voltage 0. So you all have seen voltmeter, multimeter, right? With electrician. So you do one experiment. You check your voltage with voltmeter when you are on the floor like this, and you go to the ground outside, and you bare feet, you stand or sit, and then check your voltage. Right. So you will see within the first 10 seconds, your voltage will become 0 for everybody. Humans are the only animal who wear shoes. No other animal wears shoe. All the animals, all the time, they are at 0 voltage. Birds, when they sit on the trees are at 0 volt, so they get connected and they become 0 volt. If you climb a tree or you touch a tree and then check with a voltmeter it can be checked practically, right? So there is nothing to imagine about it, right? So in our 72-hour camp, we bring the voltmeter, we show it practically. But here you can do it for yourself. And then what we have seen and what the research has shown, within the first 20 minutes of being 0 volt means remain in contact with the earth, right? Grasses or directly, not the floor. This is the floor, right? Not the concrete road. No, right? Direct earth. And within 20 minutes, the stress or mood stress, it starts improving. Within 45 minutes, the heart palpitation goes away. Within 1 hour, there is a great pain relief. Within 1 to 2 hours, if you do, then you start getting better sleep that night. Overnight, if you remain connected with the earth, how to do that? I'll tell you. Overnight, if you can get to connect with the earth, then the wound healing becomes very fast, right? And stiffness goes away, Parkinson relief, reduction in BP over a period of few days. If you decide that overnight you will be in contact with the earth, how to do that? Does that mean that you have to sleep on the open ground outside the home for a few days? No, that is not possible. I understand with this setup, we are habitual of sleeping in the closed room, right? So what we have done in our hospital, I'll just show you. We made, you see, this is a bed, just to make you understand. And this is a bed sheet, right? A miniature bed sheet. And here, after this talk, you come close and just check it. Here, there are very thin copper wire, right, weaved along with the clothes. And in all the hospital, on the bed, we put the sheet. And the patient, they sleep on this. And this wire, it goes outside the window, and this goes inside the earth. There's a copper rod. And through this, the electron, it comes to the bed sheet. And when the skin of the patient touches the bed sheet, so at the time when we check the voltage, it becomes 0. This means you get connected to the earth either directly or indirectly, same way as now you see all the electrical equipment here, it is in contact with a 3-pin plug. One of the pin is an earthing pin. So say same science. If you ask somebody or if you ask yourself why earthing is required, because even without earthing, the electrical equipment will work. Because earthing increases the lifespan of the electrical equipment, isn't it? Right? That's why all over the world earthing is used. Human body, animal's body is also electrical equipment. ECG, electrocardiogram, right? When the doctors examine you with a stethoscope. He is examining the heartbeat, the electrical signaling system. If somebody close your nose and mouth and supply of oxygen and air is cut, even then you will be alive for next 4 minutes. Then you start dying. It will take 2 minutes to die. But if your electrical signaling is broken, you will die in 1 second. Cardiac arrest. You will end in cardiac arrest, right? And within few moments you will die. So the electrical signaling is more important, even more important than the air and the oxygen. So electrical failure, the human or animal, they die instantly. We are the electrical equipment like all other electrical equipment, but unlike the other electrical equipment, we are never earthed. We see this. I'm staying in the 13th floor of this hotel only. So we are away from the earth. More we are away from the earth, right? The greater danger we are having the body. We are designed to be in contact with the earth. I'll give you one example to make you understand. So you see, I am coming from India. Yesterday I was in Vietnam, but I stay in India. So the time zone is about 2.5 hours difference from India, right? Say Malaysia, for example. There is a different geomagnetic field here than in my country. So when you fly to any other country, any other geographical place, say US, what will happen? You get the jet lag. You understand that? This means in the night you will never fall asleep because their night is our day, right? So you have to understand with the example. Let's say right now my mobile is in flight mode. So here it is showing the time zone of Malaysia only, flight mode. I take a flight right now to US, and there it is in flight mode. When I land there, if I see the time, it will show the Malaysia time or the US time. Malaysia, because it is not yet connected to the local internet, right? So it will show the time zone. It is set in accordance to the time zone of Malaysia only. So you are set in accordance to the time zone of Malaysia, your body, right? Your body clock. When you fly to US, still your time zone is Malaysia time zone. This means in accordance to Malaysia time zone, you will fall asleep. When there is a day, for Malaysia is night, you'll feel like sleepy. Clear? Because your time zone is not set in accordance to US. So to set this mobile time zone in accordance to US, what I have to do, I have to connect with the local network. Clear? To set your time zone of the body with the US time zone, geographically, what you need to do, you come out of the airport, take out your shoes, and just step on the ground for 30 minutes. Within 30 minutes, your body time clock will be set similar to the mobile with the US time zone. Your jet lag will be gone in 30 minutes. On the first night in US, you will be able to sleep in the same manner as you were sleeping here. So just understand how amazing is this connecting with the earth. But here we have lost that connect. To bring back that connect, you make your own, we call it 0 volt bed sheet. Many of my patients, they make their own, right? They take some copper, very thin wire, they just weave themselves, and this wire you can buy from anywhere, this rod you can get it. And I stay in my home, I stay in the 7th floor. So accordingly, I made a very, very long wire, and then I throw it from the window, right? And then I dig it in the mud. It had been already 2 years. My neighbor did not notice, right? So they did not complain. So only one side to set. This means every night since last 2 years, my body is at 0 volt without any expenditure, right? So when we are sick, one factor is the deficiency of electron. And unfortunately, the electron cannot be found in the bottle, in the food, or anything else. The only donor is the earth. So when you are in contact with the earth, so what happens? The electron you receive, literally, right, scientifically. And that can be checked with the voltmeter. That's why your voltage becomes 0. And electron, when you receive, all kind of information starts vanishing. And most of the disease you understand is inflammatory disease. So your pain goes away, right? Your blood sugar, blood pressure, it starts getting well. So these are the side effect, side benefit. When you take medicine, they talk about side effect. When you do this medicine, zero volt medicine, it is a side benefit. So what I told you, you need not to just believe me because I told you. You want to check the evidence, you can check in my book, Cure at the Rate Zero Volt. This book is also available in many online platforms, but if you want to get it free, you can download from here. I have a copy of it, Dr. Emir. This copy is for you. I'll come to you. So now, till now, I talked about the three medicine, right? Irrespective of the disease, these three medicines for all. This means now you can become a doctor. Any patient come to you with a lot of report, you pretend that, okay, I'm seeing your report. Then you ask, what are you feeling? He may be saying something, having a stomach pain, not able to sleep. You just listen, okay, you write it down. And then you say, okay, from today, don't eat anything before 8 a.m. and don't eat anything after 6 p.m. Rule number one. Rule number two, this diet, DIP diet. Rule number three, this. Do it. These three, take medicine for 1 week and come back to me. So when he come back to you, you'll be surprised, rather shocked, that he will have a great amount of result within the 1 week. Because here we are not talking of one medicine, two medicine. We are combining all the three, right? So I told you about the time as medicine, right? Time as medicine because to control the circadian clock. Even the zero volt, it bring back the circadian clock of the body, right? The disturbed rhythm of the body. So when you combine three, it becomes a great super medicine. Three. So irrespective of the health, irrespective of the kind of disease, even if you are healthy and to remain healthy to prevent a disease, these are the first three medicine for all of you, all the humanity, right? So you add, I don't expect that you are able to do it 100%. What I just said in last few minutes, if you do even 70% of it, then also you can see clear-cut result. Give yourself 1 week, right, and see, right? So these are the three general medicine. Now I'll come to the specific medicine, emergency medicine, right? So for that, the fourth medicine, only five medicine I'll talk about, three already we crossed. Gravity as medicine. This is the very, very interesting medicine. What is gravity? Right now you're sitting, I'm standing, so what is happening? Gravity is pulling the blood down. It is anything, it pulls the blood, it pulls it down, right? So that's why nothing is floating, right? Because gravity, everything is towards the ground. So, but why our blood is not pulled towards our leg? Because heart is pulling the blood up. So there is a balance maintained between the gravity pull and heart push. As a result, we are alive, right? So, but you do one experiment. One day you stand like this for 20 minutes. Don't move. So within 20 minutes or after 20 minutes, you will feel dizzy. Still, you keep on standing like this. There are chances that you may fall. You may faint. Remember that in the childhood, during the assembly of the hours, many children, some of you also fainted, right? Why they faint? It is not that they are weak. It is that they are too obedient, right? There are some naughty children. They in spite of teacher telling don't move, they keep on moving like this. They're right, making some kind of body movement. So here you have to understand when you straight you stand, whether it is a soldier or a small children, right? Within 20 minutes, the gravity starts waning, the heart starts losing, and the blood here it reduces, it pull towards the lower side of the body. When the reduction of the blood happens, then the person falls. When the fall happens, that fall is a medicine. Now all the organ of the body is at the same level, and the body is able to recirculate the blood to the brain, and within few moments the person regains the consciousness. Right? It is not that you are giving him cool air or you are just right? Some water you're spraying on him. It is just that he's getting the circulation back. That is making him awake again, right? That is gravity as medicine, right? When you stand, the gravity is working against you. When you are lying down, gravity is not working against you in the same way as you are when you're standing. That's why when you lie down, you feel relaxed, right? Because now the gravity is not opposing much. So you feel relaxed. When you sit like this, gravity is opposing, but now your heart level is here, right? In comparison to your leg, smaller distance between your heart and the earth, right? So you'll feel more relieved. So when you stand, you get fatigue very fast. When you sit, you're closer to the earth, gravity, right? You are comfortable. When you lie down, you're even more comfortable, right? So the gravity is playing role, whether you recognize it or not, even at this moment, right? So can we use this power of gravity to heal a patient, manipulating the gravity, right? Rather than working against the heart, if I can manipulate in some way the gravity works for the heart, then we can help the patient to recover. That's what is called gravity as medicine. Here, how to do it? This we have been doing in our COVID centers. You remember the COVID time? We call it flu time. We don't believe it is a COVID, it is just a flu. But then there was a panic through television screen. And whenever there is a panic, your breathing and your coordination with lung, heart, breathing, right? It goes away. And that makes you literally sick. Literally sick. Just imagine last time when you had panic because of some reason, you were feeling like a sick man, right? So breathlessness, and that will make your immunity down, and that will attract more virus or bacteria, and you will be having the real symptoms. I will not go into detail, but I'll tell you that why I can tell you this, because we had the largest private COVID center in India at that time. I'll show you the video of that. So you see, and but here you will not see any mask, any sanitizer, any oxygen cylinder, any social distancing, right? So you see, and we believed that mask and isolation kills, love and compassion heals. So here there was a rule that when the patient comes, the doctor need to hug the patient and care for the patient. Along with the patient must eat. Right? Togetherness heals. Isolation kills. If you want to kill somebody, you take that person, the healthiest person, you put him 14 days away from the rest of the humanity. 14 days. He will become sick and die. Right? This is what is known as quarantine. That is a word which many of them never heard before the COVID time, isn't it? Right? Take any healthy person and put him in isolation for a few days and make him believe that you are very dangerous for the humanity. Nobody will come close to you. Even your dearest one will be fearing from you. Make him believe that. Just think what he will have in the feeling the day and night. Why he will not become sick by 14 days. That is the rule, right? With limitation of time, I will not be able to go much in detail, but I'm telling you. So this is whatever WHO rule was there, we just did opposite, and the result was also opposite. Among 60,000 patients, they call it COVID patient, we call panic patients. Right? So when they came to us, so we, many of them came with this oxygen cylinder also, right, lying on a stretcher. If they're alive, we just take him. That is the only condition who can, because it was free COVID center. All right. So out of 60,000 patients, nobody died. And most of them got healed within 3 days to 7 days. And some of them took 10 days without any side effect. So Health Ministry of India, they were shocked and surprised that our protocol was not followed and something in opposite is done. So they made a committee, and the committee also sat here for 3 months to see what we are invigilating, what we are doing. At the 3 months end, they gave a report, and that report said that they did not follow any rule, rather they did the opposite. We had a lot of dance festival inside, even a marriage inside. That's COVID center, right? And they, in return, they gave that nobody died, no side effect, and we believe that this can be followed in future for any kind of pandemic, any kind of influenza-like illness. They gave it in written by the health ministry themselves. right? That is what they observed. So what I'm saying that here we used those medicine which I told and gravity as medicine. How we use gravity as medicine? Let's say a person who are coming with oxygen cylinder. If I take away, his SpO2 will go down 60, 50, dangerously down. But if we want to bring it back, because I know that if for little longer time with oxygen cylinder, it will develop pneumonia, because you breathe. Are you breathing oxygen? You're breathing air. Oxygen is small part. If large amount of oxygen you breathe, that causes pneumonia in the lung, and then you become a true, what they call a COVID patient, right? So it is the oxygen which is killing you, not the real bug, right? So that is the condition that you can find out that when the patient is on oxygen cylinder, what happens to the body, right? We are designed not for the air, not for the oxygen. We are designed for the air, basically. So we know that with oxygen cylinder, he will not be cured, he will be sick. So we have to take it out immediately. But then how to increase the SpO2, oxygen saturation of the body? So here we used the method called gravity as medicine. How? I will show you. Now, uh, like you are sitting, I am sitting. And when the patient who is suffering, they sit, don't sit like this, they sit like this, trying to grasp the breathe, right? Like this, opening the mouth. When you take this posture, heart is top and lung is in the bottom. The lung capacity reduced by 20% and you feel breathlessness. If you try it right now, within 2 seconds, you start feeling breathlessness, even if you don't have any problem with the lung, right? So it is the posture which is contributing partially to his breathlessness. Now, what we did, the first step, we made the patient sit like this. And when you sit like this, you will be able to breathe the best. Heart is now down, lung is at the top. Gravity is pulling the heart, lung is expanding by 20%, you get the breathe. Within 15 minutes, the SpO2, the oximeter, it shows the reading going high, right? Very, very steadily. With 30 minutes, it goes to 80% or 90%, like that, right? Just this posture, right? When you stand like this, the SpO2 goes down, heart down, oxygen capacity, lung capacity increase, right? And that is the role of the gravity, and your oxygen saturation increases. Now, some people who are not able to sit because they're so sick already. So for them, let's say this is the, normally in the hospital, what you see, the patient, they lie down like this, right, on their back, like this. So heart is the top, lung is the bottom. So lung capacity reduces and he will feel the breathlessness, right? But what we do, we call it, it is called as in medical science, prone ventilation. Lying on the stomach. Can you see this? This posture, can you see it? Now the heart is at the bottom. So it is not pressurizing the lung. So when we put the patient in this condition, so very, very fast we see the lung is doing better, his SpO2 increases. Although he need to be on this posture for a few hours, but at least better than putting him on ventilator or on oxygen cylinder, right? This is called prone ventilation. Here we are using the gravity as medicine. Gravity as medicine, right? So this is what we did in our COVID center. We call it a flu center, right? So all these evidences, if you want to see the evidences, these are all not these are not my inventions. It's already there in the science. We are just distributing it, educating the public. That's all. This 360 postural medicine book, you can get it from my website. It is available. It is the bestseller book in many languages, but you can get it free from the website, and you can read all the evidences. How we can do it for kidney patients, chronic kidney disease patients, they are not as fortunate as we are. When they sit like this, as you're sitting right now, within few minutes, to few hours, the blood starts pulling towards the leg, fluid starts pulling towards the leg becomes swollen, right? Limbs become swollen. That is the first sign of chronic kidney disease, right? So for them, the gravity is overpowering the heart and the kidney very, very fast. So this means we have to take the help of gravity rather than right the way it is working. How we do it? Here we put the patient at this angle. When you put the patient at this angle, this is the bed. Normal bed is like this, flat, but you tilt it by 10-degree angle. For that, here you have to put 3 bricks only. And in the 10-degree angle, if the patient sleeps for about or lie down for about say 2 hours, so the blood, because of gravity, it pulls towards the kidney. It activates the kidney, and after 2 hours, the swelling goes away. First of all, urine output starts increasing. Second, BP starts reducing. Third, and remember, for kidney patients, these are 3 classic symptoms. 3 classic symptoms can be reduced by 1 change using gravity as medicine. So in our hospital, we have made a inclined bed facility, right? So a permanent inclined bed facility, and we put it in the patient's room only. We say that you take your time, we give them the work, 2 hours you have to be on the bed in that posture. That 2 hours you choose. Normally, the stomach should not be full at that time. So, and we see a great amount of result, right? So here we are talking about gravity as medicine. The impact of gravity as medicine I told you the impact of gravity as medicine on the kidney, and now I'm going to tell you impact of gravity as medicine on your heart and other organ. And these are very simple manipulation which can be done easily. So the next is, as you're sitting, how you can use gravity as medicine while you're sitting if you want. So here you see there are some people, when they sit, they have a behavior that is they keep on moving the leg unknowingly, right? In India, it's called bad manners. Elsewhere also, right? It is a very bad manner. Don't do it, right? Socially not acceptable. But when you do like this, right? Some people unknowingly, they are not conscious about it, right? They just do it like this. Keep on moving. Many of them, maybe some of you also. When you do like this, fidgeting your legs like this, while you're working, while you're talking, and unknowingly you're moving like this. What is happening? You have one heart here, and medically, there is second heart is your calf muscles. When the calf muscle is in movement, when you walk, it is in movement, or when you fidget, it is a movement. So it ejects the same amount of blood which every heartbeat ejects. So when your legs are moving like this while you're sitting, this 2 heart, first heart, second heart are working together for the body. It is 2 engine together, right? Double heart. So if you do fidgeting like this, if you're habitual about it, those people can never be a blood sugar patient. If you don't believe it, do it one day. You do it for 1 hour like this, 1 hour, your blood sugar will reduce by about 25 mg per deciliter, right? If you do it for 2 hours, because those people, it is habitual, and you will never get tired. You may be wondering that I'm doing like this, why I'll not get tired? Your heart beats since the time you're born. All the muscles, they relax when you sleep, except the heart. Do you think in so many years the heart muscle got tired, and you think that heart must also get some rest? It is designed like that. It has to work, right? It will be healthy when it works. Similarly, when you move your legs like this throughout the day, you will be more energetic. You will never feel tired. Interesting, right? Your BP will be in more control. Your energy will be high, right? So this is one good effect of this bad behavior, right? So yeah, for example, many people, they say, I work in the office for 10 hours, I sitting job, I don't have the option of going and exercising. I say, don't do it. While sitting, you inculcate this habit, right? of fidgeting your legs. So initially you have to remind yourself for a few days. You write somewhere fidgeting of legs so that whenever you look at it, you remember that you do it like this. And after some time, it will become your second behavior, right? By behavior, unconscious, subconsciously also, you will keep on moving and your health will increase. So what you're doing, you're triggering the second heart, and now this two heart at one side and gravity on the other side. Just imagine, in this case, your heart is going to win. You are winning, right? That is gravity as medicine. In fact, if you want the evidences, I have collected all kind of evidences from all over the world. We do it. These are not something which is theoretical. I do it in my hospital, right? So it is my book, Let the Second Heart Help, Handling Emergency, Lifestyle Disease and Pain. The second heart is very, very effective in managing many kind of medical emergency. I'll talk about it a little later, right? So God has given us two heart. One heart we know, but there is one more heart. And how to activate in various disease, I'm going to tell you that. And this book, you can read it from my website. And this copy, Dr. Aziz, you're here. This copy for you. So here you understand, I told you how the gravity, it influences the heart, the lung, the kidney. Similarly, it influences all the organs. And there are many manipulations, you can see the instant result, right? So, uh, uh, but some homework I have left for you because everything cannot be covered through your own reading. One day without reading also you decide that I'll fidget like this. You'll enjoy. Right? You'll enjoy. You'll see, oh wow, right? So unlikely that day you'll be more energetic than other days. Right? That I can tell you with my experience. Now comes the next medicine, the heat as medicine. Heat, when it falls to the body on the skin, it increases the blood circulation. If you combine heat and the gravity, these two medicines together, then you can cure chronic kidney disease. Even the dialysis patients, when the patient on dialysis, about 60 to 70% of my patients are dialysis patients in my hospitals. They were on dialysis before coming to us, and when they come to us, our target is to make them free of dialysis dependency. If you happen to know any dialysis dependent patient, then you will agree with me that this is the most painful way to live. Most painful way. Just imagine 3 times a week going for dialysis. This means he cannot do any job. And he cannot go alone. One person has to take him. This means that person is also jobless now. Right? At the same time, at least in India, I know that every month he's spending about say $800 for it, right? Not covered by much by the insurance, right? So it is health and wealth is gone for two people, right? And sometimes they are encouraged to go for transplant, and transplant fails very, very often, right? This means when the transplant fails, two people fail: the patient who received and patient who gave, the person who donated the kidney. So transplant is not a solution, is a part of the problem, rather a greater problem. You are making the second person also sick for the rest of the life. So how to help them? Here we use heat as medicine in combination with gravity as medicine. This is a very, very powerful medicine. Interesting, this can be done at home. What we do, we put the patient in a bathtub. I will show you how we do it in our hospital. In our hospital, what we do, you will see there is a section of bathtub, hot water immersion we call it. And imagine this is a bathtub. Can you see this? And the body should immerse till the shoulder and the temperature at 40 degrees Celsius. 2 hours, if the patient lies down like this, that is equivalent to one dialysis. Interestingly, dialysis the patient need to do for the rest of the life. This they need to do for about 3 months every day. Because when you do like this, what happens? God has given you 2 kidney, and medical science says there is one more kidney. Your skin becomes the third kidney. When the temperature of the skin is increased, and because he is sitting in the water, as you can see here, the pressure, atmospheric pressure. Right now, the pressure on your body is atmospheric pressure, right? But when you sit in the water, the part of the body which is below the water, you are having two kind of pressure. One is atmospheric pressure, and second is pressure of the water. And the part which is the lowest one, it is having highest pressure, combined pressure. So from high pressure to low pressure, the fluid goes, the body circulation, that is the blood flows here, and that increases the cardiac output by about 20%. And the redistribution of the part of blood happens from lower part to the upper part, right? So here the reference is there, right? And when it happens, there are some chemical changes happen in the body. Certain kind of hormone and chemical increases, and certain other kind which is known to increase the blood pressure, etc., it decreases. When this happens, it causes the dialysis in the body. Means the thing, extra potassium, extra sodium, extra the fluid deposit, or the creatinine, etc., it comes out through skin. And what we do, after 2 hours, we check the weight of the patient again. Within 2 hours, they reduce 500 grams, 1 kg, 800 grams, like that. So that was excess in the body. So what they want to achieve through dialysis, this can be done. Interestingly, dialysis is having side effect, it is having side benefit. When the patient come out, he says that I do not know, but my knee pain has reduced substantially. Side benefit. One method, many benefits, right? So this is what we call as hot water immersion. This is in combination with the 3 medicine: time as medicine, food as medicine, zero good medicine. Along with that, so when we combine it along with the head down tilt, the tilt position I told you, do you remember? When we combine that we do it in our hospital, then the patient starts recovering very, very fast. Within few days, they stop going for dialysis and they start recovering. We did an observation study on it. This book you read, 100 patient observation study on the patient who were on dialysis, and we got 75% success rate. So still there are 25% we could not help them, but at least 75% could be, we can help, we could help to come out of the dialysis, right? So how it looks in a hospital, if you see, this is our hospital. These are the kidney patients. These were the kidney patients, but now they are healed. And there in the top, can you see, right? There's a 40 degrees Celsius, the water till the shoulder, and they are here for 2 hours. Initially, we asked them to be on 30 minutes only, but slowly we increase the timing based on the symptom and based on how they feel. And we see that that their symptoms starts reducing, and as the symptoms start reducing, we ask them to reduce the frequency of dialysis, and the day come when they don't go for dialysis anymore. So this is what you see in our different hospitals. This kind of arrangement we have made. So this we call it a natural dialysis. But very interesting thing, I must tell you, this thing can be done at home. Many patients, like here, there is a camera, it is taking the video, we have put it on live also. You're also recording it. Many people put it on YouTube. And many of the patients, without coming to our hospital, they do it at home. And they call us when they are cured. Then we asked, how you do it at home? We have our hospital. Send us your video. We don't believe that you do it at home. Then they send the video. I'm showing the collection, how they created their own hospital at home, right? So how they do it at home? This is what they do at home. Hot water, right? A small drum, right? Same result, free, right? Same result, no money, right? So they are the true kidney patients, true kidney patients on dialysis otherwise, right? And they decided to do it at home without spending money. Fridge, the door is thrown. Right. So the people are very creative, you see. Right. So when they say I don't have money, so that should not be excuse. And he made build a small wall in his washroom, bathroom, and he is an engineer. He developed his own model, and the portable model can be taken anywhere, and water can be in, having a fixed temperature, 40 degree, putting a thermostat inside. So he made his own. He gave the name Dr. BRC bathtub, right? So like this, he put a television also, so that 2 hours he can play. He, right. So he did not have place at his home, inside home. So outside home, he made a cemented kind of arrangement and a motor to take the water around. He's a water tank, you see at the top of the home. He broke the water tank, cut the water tank to half and make a bathtub. They just bought it from Amazon, some normal bathtub, and they try to do it. And so you see, there is no excuse. This is possible. And these are the all kind of arrangement they have done. And they're sharing their experiences, how they reduce their dialysis, right? And he made us a bathtub and also a chair for his wife so that she can sit comfortably for 2 hours. So now he's explaining. So you see, he just dig a big, right, pit and put water and make a hot water immersion outside. So you see some heat-proof polythene and using it for hot water immersion at his home. So this poor boy from Rajasthan, having 2 times dialysis before, but he made the arrangement at home and he could recover from the dependency on dialysis. So this is what I mean to say. Again, if you come back here, try to understand that what is the best medical treatment if it is the most economical, if it is also helping to solve many problems, evidence-based, fastest, and safest, right? So this is the I think is the best way to heal. So this means it is not very big building only that you will be recovering. Very number of doctors with lot of degree only then. What you don't understand that, right? You have to give the right environment to the body and it will heal, right? Right? People they think that I have a medical insurance and medical insurance will heal me, right? But the truth is only the nature can heal. You have to use the nature in a way that it works for you. This simple thing you have to really understand. That's why the people are never recovering, unless they go to Dr. Aziz. Dr. Aziz sitting there, right? So Dr. Aziz, he tried the same technique, the hot water immersion, gravity as medicine, food as medicine, time as medicine, along with that coupling therapy, and he helped 5,000 chronic kidney disease patients to heal. 5,000, right? Dr. Aziz is right there at the back. Later on, I'll ask him to come and share his experience. So things are possible. It is happening in your country, in Malaysia itself, right? Still, thousands and thousands of patients are going for dialysis, thinking that there is no other way, right? So there is a way, and this is the way, and that is a proven way. How strongly it can work, the heat as medicine. I'll give you one example which you should try. The example is very simple. Now, just so heat as medicine. Let's say you have a fever next time because of some infection, some influenza fever. What do? You take paracetamol. You understand one very simple thing. Fever is not your enemy, right? It is a body's weapon to kill the virus. But you are scared of fever. That is how you are programmed, you are told. Because thinking that it will lead to my brain damage, some excuse you are having, quickly you take paracetamol. What it does? It reduces the fever. It takes away the body's weapon. And when the temperature is low, virus spread. When temperature high, virus die. right? Simple. What we do in our hospital, paracetamol is banned. Nobody can take the paracetamol there. We take a bucket, 42 degrees Celsius water, and we put the patient's leg in the bucket and make him sit for 30 minutes. Within 30 minutes, what happens? His temperature of the body increases by half a degree. And after 30 minutes, when he come out, next 30 minutes, his temperature of the body becomes normal. It seems to be magical. It helps to recover even faster than paracetamol. Paracetamol is working against the body, but this is, we call it lower leg hot water immersion. Lower leg. So here, two things. Two medicine you are using, heat, and you are immersing the second heart in the bucket, right? You are activating the second heart. The role of gravity comes here. These two factors, it helps to get rid of the virus as quickly as 30 minutes. Right? Just imagine last time when you had a flu, it took few days. Few days versus 30 minutes. Fastest. And it is evidence-based. If you don't believe it, see the next slide. Warm water versus paracetamol. There was a randomized control trial in 1997, and they found this is fastest. Very, very fast. So if you want to get fastest cure, right? If you want to get healed fastest, faster than paracetamol, lower leg hot water immersion, right? So this can be done any place and safest. Paracetamol having a lot of side effects. It can cause cancer, it can cause ulcer, it can cause several inflammatory diseases. You know it, but there is no evidence that it can cause any harm. What temperature? I told you, 42. This is the number you have to remember. Bring a thermometer, water thermometer, keep it with you. What happens when you sit like this for 30 minutes, after 5 minutes, the water temperature starts reducing naturally. So you take one more bucket along with it, 50-degree temperature. Every 5 minutes, you throw a mug of water from the first bucket and you replace it with a hotter water so as to maintain 30 minutes, 42 degree for 30 minutes. So anyway, the person is sitting, so at least he will have some work to do, right? He'll be engaged. So now you understand the heat as medicine. So this protocol for kidney, we call it GRAD, gravitational resistance and diet system. Right? This we've been doing it in our hospital last 3 years, and this year from World Association of Small and Medium Scale Industry was Enterprise, WASME, and Ethiopian Embassy. They gave me the Innovation Award for the GRAD system. Right? This happened this year only. So why I'm showing it? So as to build some confidence in you that it is being recognized now more and more, and people are doing it. It is evidence-based, so that you are encouraged to try it. Right? So, but if you are not encouraged to try it even now with all these evidences, then I must show some stronger evidence, right, to make you believe. The strongest evidence. That evidence is in 1950, there was a girl called Wilma Rudolph. Remember the name, Wilma Rudolph, a black American. She had a polio on her left leg. Polio, left leg. Always needed a braces to walk. And that was a time when they were not allowed to be seen by a white doctor, MBBS, MD doctors, right? Discrimination. So they were forced to go to the traditional doctors, right? Unconventional doctors, people like me. And those traditional black doctor, one doctor advised the mother that put her leg, that affected leg, in hot water bucket like this, and also massage the leg. She did it because she did not have any option. What happened within, at the age of 12, having the polio already, by the time it was 20 years of age, right, she became the fastest runner of the earth, making 3 world record in Rome Olympics. Right? Not only she cured the problem of paralysis, the polio, hot water is so powerful, she became the fastest in the world, and I like that you see her video to believe it. Wilma Rudolph, right? So her story cannot be erased from the modern science uh, literature. It's such a big and story, but it is also never told or never publicized that paralysis, polio, can be cured. The only thing is known to you, it can never be cured. But truth is here, right? And she is not the only one who used this and got cured. There are thousands of patients who did the same thing and they got a similar result. Not they became the world record holder, but they could cure their paralysis. If you don't believe that, you remember one word, that is Sister Kenny, Kenny. During the similar period, same time, she propagated this method of hot water immersion, and thousands of patients, they all over the world, mainly US, Canada, etc., where she and Australia, where she practiced, and they threw their braces, and the children they recovered. Right. So this small looking medicine, water and heat, can have this big impact, which no modern medicine can even think of. Right. So all the evidences are there. Even a movie called Sister Kenny, Hollywood movie called Sister Kenny, it is available in YouTube, right? Or you can, it is available in my website, biswaroop.com/polio. In that, if you go, you will see this Hollywood movie. I encourage you to watch the movie. Right? It is a very interesting story of Sister Kenny when she propagated this method, how she was rejected by the modern medicine people, and how she was people try to disgrace her, and to avoid people know about this therapy. But then there are evidences still there which cannot be erased totally, including this example, right? So why I am showing this? Because I really want to show you the power that it is fastest, it is safest, it is evidence based, right? In one method can have multiple good effect and most economical, right? So this becomes the all the five medicine. The first three medicine totally easy and should be done at home by everybody. The heat and as medicine and the gravity as medicine, that is for some people with specific problems, right? Those who are on dialysis, those who are having paralysis. This we have been doing already in our hospitals for last 3 years, right? And here also, sometime we had as in Malaysia, the cure at the rate 72-hour camp. In cure at the rate 72-hour camp, the patient, they normally in this hotel only stay with us for 3 days, and we make them do all this what I've just shown you. They do it practically, because when I say the DIP diet, one standard DIP diet I told you, but there are 7 kind of DIP diet. For cancer patient different, for type 1 different, little bit, right? So those things cannot be explained here because that will be too much for you in this small time. Uh, so similarly, tapering the drugs in accordance to your body's reaction, those things are also important. That's why sometimes the patient, they need a close monitoring. That's why we do 72-hour program in many countries and including in Malaysia. So next 72-hour camp we will do it sometime. It is not yet decided, but if you're interested, you can even be on 72-hour camp. But before that, that will happen whenever it will happen. Before that, the best thing is you try at home. And for like several thousand of our patients, those who never came to us, but they did it at home and they got cured. At the end of it, the most important thing is curing yourself, healing yourself, whether you come to us or whether you do it yourself, right? So it is safe, it can be done, right? So here, for closing, I invite Dr. Aziz to come and share his experience with his patients in Malaysia, and he is known to cure 5,000 chronic kidney disease patients based on what you just heard.
Thank you very much, Dr. Biswaroop. Assalamualaikum and very good morning. I'm Dr. Aziz Al-Safi. Currently, I have my own practice in Kota Baru in Kelantan. I have 26 years experience in the hospital as a consultant, as a doctor there, 26 years and lecturer in one of the medical school. There is USM in Kubangan as well. So I brought up as a modern medicine's practitioner. Later on, I found that by practicing modern medicine alone, you cannot cure the disease. In fact, the disease will become severe and severe and severe until the end, you have all the complications. That I see in my own eyes. Then when I meet with Dr. Biswaroop, I learned from him all those natural medicine, as we see it, time attack medicine, gravity as medicine, zero volt, and there was heat attack medicine, and also the diet. I practice all those on myself first, and then later on I try to my patient. So what I do actually, I focus on kidney patients. You see, I start with a patient with chronic kidney disease, stage 2 to stage 5, before dialysis. So by doing that, we can save so many people. In Malaysia, for your information, in Malaysia, we have 9,500 cases, new cases of CKD every year. And now we have about 6.5 million cases of chronic kidney disease. So if we didn't do anything to these people, they will end up with dialysis. So I told to my team, if we can save 10% of this, that's good enough for me, because we want to save these people from dialysis. As you hear from Dr. Biswaroop, the lifestyle of people with dialysis is terrible lifestyle. So we want to save them. So I practice all those things. For the last 13 years, that you can see, we saved about 5,000 cases already from dialysis. We treat in Malaysia, we go for the creatinine level, isn't it? Creatinine level. We treat patients from creatinine level 200 to the maximum. I have experience treating 2,200 creatinine, which no other doctor can want to touch actually that level without doing dialysis, and they can go normal. So what we do actually, the first thing, when I introduce DIP diet, there are many protests, especially from doctors, because they don't believe in giving vegetable, mix of vegetable in the morning. They don't believe. They say, oh, these things like watermelon you cannot take, and few other fruits that you cannot take. So, but I give all type of vegetables and all type of fruits actually in the morning as I diet. And we have so many patients who already on insulin. Even in insulin also they can stop insulin, and so that's my experience actually in using all this knowledge from Dr. Biswaroop. I thank you very much for Dr. Biswaroop to do this, and we practice day and night. So we have things like hot water immersion. We have our own style, meaning that we use concrete. We could have use a concrete at my center, and each patient staying for 10 days actually at our center, 10 days to do all this, to teach them how to do the diet and how to do the IP diet and how to do the hot water immersion, also lower limb hot water immersion, and all those actually works. So thank you very much again, and that's my experience. And before that, we have another things that I add on, that is the cupping therapy. Cupping therapy, meaning that we physically remove the blood which contains of creatinine and urea. So that also we do, then you can see the faster improvement in patient with chronic kidney disease.
Thank you, sir. So now, before we go for informal question answers, etc., I would like to introduce to you my team. Dr. Emil, Dr. Zarina, please come. Grace, please come. Silvani is here, please come. So Dr. Zorina here, Dr. Emir, Grace is here, Silrani is here. And basic idea is to help you be your own doctor. And that is the only way to remain healthy for the rest of our life. So I hope that together with you, we'll try to spread this method as much as possible so that people need not to come to even us or any places once they're ill. Preventing a disease and curing a disease is a continuous process. Many people say till what time, or how many days, how many months I should be on diet like this. I say till the time you want to remain healthy. Right? So it's like once you clean yourself with taking a bath. If you ask how many days I need to take bath, right? You say, oh, for the rest of the life, every day, because every day you are polluting your body, so every day you need to cleanse your body also. Right? So, Dr. Zulina, want to say something?
Assalamualaikum and good morning. I would like to say thank you to Dr. Biswaroop. I learned a lot from him. Dr. Amir got me through this. And I was a voluntary standby doctor for Dr. Biswaroop's program since 2014 until COVID occurred. And Dr. Biswaroop couldn't come. But I still follow what Dr. Biswaroop has taught. Yeah, and we are too dependent on medicine, and then we eat unhealthily on the processed food. The Americans actually have done a good job in making us change our healthy diet to unhealthy, and also sedentary lifestyle. So we need to change. Yeah, and it's good that you all have come. And I hope there were more on webinar.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any closing statements, sir?
I've said enough.
Okay. So with this, the formal session is now closed, and before you leave, those who want to see closer view of the 0-volt bed sheet which we make, so that you can make at home, so they can just have a look on this, right? How to do it, right? So you can just open and take it, and if you have any question, that also you can ask right now, right? So the formal lecture is over, but I'm open to any kind of question, as I told you in the beginning. So that you can just raise hand and just we can have a small interaction for some time. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Take the mic. Take the mic.
Dr. Farid from Alustar. When we do earthing, there's a risk of lightning. Lightning.
Lightning. Yes, 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 yes. So risk of lightning you're asking?
Yeah.
No, scientifically there is no risk of lightning at all. At all. We are designed to be already grounded all the time. Right? So anyway, I'll give you an answer. You say, your question is, let me repeat for all of you, that if we are connected with Earth through this wire, and if there is some lightning, the lightning will be attracted by this medium, and maybe we will catch the lightning and die. Right now in this room also, even if we have not this thing, but all the electrical equipment are connected in the same way. So the risk factor is same if there is at all a risk. Even if we personally are not connected with the earth, but this building through this socket, all the instruments are connected with earth. And this is how we have seen since the time we are born. So what are the chances that this lightning happened? So there is no chances, because had there been, that same chances exist even now, because even now this room is earth. The only thing is we are not earth. And in some countries like Singapore, people where there are, even here also, more cement around. There is no place where they can put this rod. Everything is cemented. So there sometimes they do a shortcut. They connect this end of the wire to the earthing socket. In the same way as we do it for rest of the electrical equipment. Although I don't advise it because that wire here in the earthing wire is together with the live wire also. So that electromagnetic field is there, which is not good for our health. So I advise that let it be independently go to the earth. So right now also this building is earth. Everything is earth except you. So everybody else, every non-living things are taking advantage of it, but not the human being. So there is no such danger. Rarest of the rare danger is there, but that is there in everything, right? Even for all animals who are directly in contact with earth all the time, even all the trees, they are directly in contact with earth all the time, right? So that is the basic nature of living on earth. Anything else? Yes, yes.
Just now you mentioned about the electron. I mean, the lesser the electron, the sicker the body, right?
Yeah.
So, is there such thing of the electron stealer food or electron giver food? Is there any such thing?
Yeah, you can take it like that. The food which causes more inflammation. Most of the disease, all the diseases are called inflammatory disease. Inflammation, the food lead to inflammation. And that can be caused as stealing food. Which are those food? Only two kind of food. One is those come from the animal and those come from the factory. Refined food, packed food, which I told you during the DIP diet, avoid these two food. It creates more inflammation. More inflammation means your body needs more electron. Right?
Question on
After this. Yes, please.
the grounding, the earthing, barefoot, we should connect to the ground, not on the road.
Not on the road.
The ground means sand,
Sand,
grass.
grasses, that is directly to the earth. Near the beach, right? Near the river. Even inside the river, when you swim, you are in earthing.
Not swimming, but on the.
Yeah, even when you swim, you are in the water. Water is in direct contact with the earth. Right? So at that time also you are in earth. All the fish are always in earth. Right? They are in contact with earth only.
When immersed in the hot water, the bathtub, how to maintain 42 degrees?
40 degrees Celsius.
40
Yeah, for that, what our patient does or what we do in the hospital, even Dr. Aziz did, we keep a thermostat. We buy a thermostat. The thermostat, same like in fridge, it maintains the temperature, then it cut off on its own. These thermostats are easily available that we connect it with the geyser, right? So when the temperature goes higher than that, so it disconnect the electric flow and the geyser stops. And inside the bathtub, we have a small motor, right? So which throws the water back to the geyser, right? Something similar to water cooler motor, right? Water cooler, it rotates the water, right? So we use a water cooler motor, we use the thermostat, and we connect it with the geyser. That's a simple mechanism which we do. Right? I'll try to send you a video if your number is available here, all of you, that how you can make your own bathtub.
So that one is 40 degrees, but the soak in the hot water is 42 degrees.
Yeah. You see, when normally the whole body is immersed in the water, your capacity to bear that heat is roughly 40 degrees comfortable for most of us, right? But these legs, right, it is having a stronger skin. 40, even 42 is comfortable, right? Higher the temperature, better and faster the result. But also, if the temperature is too high, it will burn your skin. So keeping in mind, we arrived at a conclusion that 40 degree is good for most of the people. But water immersion, 42 degree is good for most of the people. They are comfortably for your legs. That's how we arrived at it. Although we took the reference of many medical literature, but we experienced from our patient also what temperature they are comfortable and also should give result. Yes.
What's your comment regarding sauna therapy, which use the heat principle and sweating?
Yes. Sauna therapy is good. It is doing the detoxifying. It is also heating your body and the sweat coming out. You see, the sweat. If you take a drop of sweat and take a drop of urine and go to the test lab, both of them will have the similar kind of composition. You'll find the creatinine, you'll find the urea, you'll find the protein, you'll find the carbohydrate, you'll find the sugar in your urine also, in your sweat also. Your sweat is a kind of urine, right? So when the kidney is not functioning properly, you use your skin as a third kidney and you pass urine, actually the sweat, through your skin, right? So this is how the body maintains the balance, right?
We've got some questions from the Zoom participants. Dr. Fauzia, any specific time for sun exposure?
Any time when you have time, there should not be any excuse. Any time during when you can get the sunlight is good sunlight.
Can patients sit on chair barefooted to experience zero watt?
Yeah, you sit, posture is not important. Important is whether you are connected directly or indirectly with earth. You should touch the earth, right? Directly or indirectly. For example, let's say there is I stay in say 7th floor and there is a big tree near my window. So what I can do, this I can stick it to the tree. Still, I'll get earthy. You can try it, and then you check with the voltmeter. Still, the electrical equipment also can get earthy.
What about the side effect from UV light? Side effect from the UV light?
So see,
Sunlight?
see, once you are on the good diet, the kind of diet which I told you, TIP diet, we need not to worry about the UV radiation. These are the things which is much publicized by the cream companies to scare you from light. Only then you will buy their product, right? So all the animals, they are all the time exposed to the sunlight, right? So, for example, you see, anything in excess will cause damage. Even the over nutrition will cause damage. Even oxygen known to be required for the body, but over oxygen will also make you pneumonia in the body. The same way, too much of sunlight can harm, but in comparison to not having sunlight, just because UV rays, so that excuse you can ignore. Every day, a few minutes of sunlight is definitely good and required.
Most treatment is focusing on physical level. Is there tips for mental health?
Yes, I can give one tip to all of you. You try today. The tip for mental health is, let's say, sometimes you are scared, really worried, maybe because of some financial burden. Tomorrow you are going to be bankrupt. The bank will come and seal your house. Just some scary thing. Just think if it happens to a person's life, he'll be worried. He'll be scared. He'll be depressed. Depression, worry, scare, right? Yeah, bipolar, all those things, right? So here, primarily, when mentally this happens, physically there has to happen something else. That only gives the mental effect. The coordination between lung and heart is gone, right? Heart palpitation is there and your breathing is abnormal and you get those negative feeling. Try this at home. When next time it happens, you sit in the car, right, towards the window, and we call it afferent mismatch, right? The term which we call. Sit in the car and open the window. Open the window. The car is somebody else is driving, and as you try to look outside, the current of air will flow here, right? That is near your mouth. Inside the mouth, there are certain kind of receptors. If we switch on that receptor, it brings back the coordination between heart and lung. How to switch on? What we do in our hospital, we have this kind of fan, small fan, right? And like this stream of air, like this stream of air, and the stream of air for 2 minutes, it will switch on the receptors, heart, lung coordination is maintained. And surprisingly, you will see when you do this, especially in the moving car, it is a faster stream of air than this small fan. Surprisingly, in 2 minutes, the rest of the situation remains the same, the threat remains the same, but somehow you're not worried now. Somehow you are feeling free, as if nothing has happened. Somehow, right? So then you bring back your head away from the window, and again you start worrying. Take it out the window, worry gone. Inside, not totally out, just a little bit, and right. So if you can do it for a few minutes, then that is one dose may last for 6 hours. Then again you do it for a few more minutes. So you have to activate this receptors. So that activation will bring back the cortisol to the heart and lung. And if it happens, the question is mental disease. When I say mental disease, I mean bipolar disorder or schizophrenic kind of thing, or depression, right? So all kind of those kind of things which can be called as a mental trauma, all those things, worry, right? Stress, right? These things. So how much time it will take to see the effect? 2 minutes. 2 minutes, literally. Let's say you are angry with a big fight with your wife, your husband, something, right? Or she is angry. Say, okay, you sit at the back. Open the window. Let her put her mouth outside, face outside. The anger should go. 2 minutes. That afferent mismatch will come back, right? And so there is a connection between mind and body. This we know, but how to reintegrate it? That's what I'm telling. The stream of air current, right, on this part of the body will switch on the receptors, getting the coordination between heart and lung back. Right. So when you practice it few times, then it's like a dose of medicine which you give to your body. Right. So this is something which is very easy, inexpensive, can be done. We in our hospital give this fan, right? And in such case, we give it to the patient and we see a result.
When you in the bath, does that has to be above your belt or what?
You see, I'll explain this. So when our patients sit in the bathtub, first day we ask them only up to the stomach, because it's not easy to sit in the bath with the water up to this. It seems to be simple, but when this happens, your cardiac output is increasing. It is as if you are running, although you are stationary, but your heart is beating as if you are running, right? So the first day we advise people to have up to the water like this for 30 minutes. And if you are comfortable, then slowly increase the time first. When you are 2 hours with this water level, right, then you raise the height maybe 1 inch every day. So maybe in 10 days you should be here, and your body should accommodate that 40 degree up to the shoulder, right? So this is how you accustom your body, right? So this is how you start. Even at this level, it works, but takes longer time. As the level increases, it takes shorter time. But as the level increases, it becomes difficult for you to sit for 2 hours. Even the healthiest person, I challenge that you sit first day, you will feel breathlessness and some nausea. As if, for example, most of us, we are not habitual of running every day. And suddenly, someday, you excited or motivated, you start running too much or doing too much exercise, then the whole body pains the next time, right? Because your body is not used to it. So if you are new to the exercise, you have to start slow, right? That's the same principle here also, right? So that is the answer to your question. Start here, slowly increase the time and the height. Accordingly, you are comfortable. If while sitting you feel a little bit nauseative, come out of it.
If it's here all the time,
Hmm.
make longer.
Yeah, if it is here, so it will take 50% more time to give the same result. It will give the result, but it will take longer time to give the result, right? So that's what is the principle. More depth, quicker result, but more depth, more difficult to sit for many people.
Doctor, can people take fruit juice and also do water fasting?
See, fruit juice, the problem with the fruit juice is that, for example, somebody may say, how about sugarcane juice? Sugarcane is a fruit, right? So why not have a sugarcane juice? So for the diabetic patient, I say, yes, you can have any juice, fresh, not the packed one. Even sugarcane juice, even for diabetes patients. But remember one thing, When the God has made the sugar cane, God thought that he will eat by chewing it and then slowly it will drop by drop out of the stomach. God never thought that he will invent something and it will juice it and then you will drink it. Right? So the juice of sugar cane, when you drink, you think in mind, had I chosen to eat it, right, squeezing the sugar cane with my mouth, how much time it would have taken to consume about one glass? Maybe 30 minutes. So take that much time, right? Decide to take that much time. So for each of the glass of juices, depending on what kind of fruit, right, had you eaten that amount of fruit, how much time you would have needed? That much time slowly you have to drink it, right? If you do it, it becomes a medicine. If you don't do it, it becomes a food. And food, when you rush to the body, it escapes the rule of the body, of the stomach, and goes directly to the bloodstream, randomly increasing the blood sugar, etc.
Any restrictions on fruit intakes like coffee or tea?
Any restriction in
On fluid intakes,
fluid intakes?
coffee or tea?
See, be a little bit flexible if the patient is not too sick. And if they are habitual, I say, okay, you have 1 or 2 cups of coffee or tea. If you really want it, although it contains the dairy product, which I say no, but that is a small amount only, so that much cheating is allowed, but not before 12 noon. And definitely not after sunset, because after that you are not allowed to eat, right? So that kind of arrangement you can say, right? Those who are absolutely ill, then we say, okay, let you recover partially, then you continue with your habit, right? Because human habit for most of the people is when we try to be too strict, then they say, so what for I'm living if I'm not allowed to eat, right? So I came in this planet to eat. So we have to be flexible. You wanted to ask something? You said,
Any,
give the mic.
any contraindication for all the procedures? For example, water immersion.
Yes. I'll tell you. See, first 3 medicine I told you. Time as medicine, food as medicine, zero medicine. No contraindication whatsoever. Right? Heat as medicine and gravity as medicine. These are the 2 medicine where there is a contraindication. Gravity as medicine, we say like head down tilt posture for chronic kidney disease patient. This, you remember that, right? If the blood pressure is more than 180 by 100, then we don't do this. First, we bring the blood pressure down with hot water immersion, right? This one. And once the blood pressure is down by, say, 150 systolic, we are comfortable. Then we want the patient to be on this. This is one cap we see. Secondly, if while the patient is lying like this, if he feels breathlessness, suffocation, we discontinue that. Right? Slowly we increase the time. Same as I told you with hot water immersion. The moment you sit, if you feel suffocating, which there may be a case, then we say discontinue it. Only when till the time you're very comfortable, you should sit. But at the same time, I must say that for all of us, most of us, when we sit, even if you are healthy in hot water immersion, it may be a little bit suffocating initially because the body is not used to of this kind of environment, right? So these are the things, but there is no otherwise no severe effect. One thing is that when you sit like this in a hot water immersion, because the pressure gradient difference between the upper part and lower part, when you come out of the water, it is like space, weightlessness feeling. So think of when a space astronaut, they come back to the earth, when they land, they are not able to stand on their own, right? Because they were out of gravity for a lot of time. So people, they have to support that astronaut. Similarly, when the patient comes out of hot water immersion, he must be very careful, because now from one pressure gradient, he is entering into the return back to the normal pressure gradient. At that time, if he is careless, he may fall, right? So he may injure himself. So sometime, to answer your question, while in this thing, some people may even sometimes become breathlessness, and in extreme case, if the patient already very weak, he may become unconscious. So I always say, whenever you do it, keep somebody near you who will keep on watching you if you are very sick. Never do when you are totally alone. right? So especially when the hot water immersion is up to this. That's why I say, as I answered you, try with this, which is very safe. Half hot water immersion. We call it lower limb hot water immersion. Right? These are the few precautions, right? Although in comparison to dialysis, which leads to cardiac arrest, you understand very frequently. These are very minor thing. Minor thing. That's why I say, do till you feel comfortable. The moment you are not comfortable, come out of it, right? So this is how about this little bit side effect. Otherwise, I don't see any side effect either in the medical literature till now or among our patients till now.
Is there a specific way of taking fluids in the right way?
Taking fluids.
Fluids, is there a specific way of
Yeah, the way which I just told, when you drink as if you're eating, chewing, right? And you drink, you eat the liquid, you drink your solid. The solid food, you chew it till the time it becomes liquid on the mouth, and then it should go, right? So the more time the food stay in the mouth, better it is, because when you chew the food, when it is in the mouth, it sends a signal to the whole body, so that body prepares itself for the food to come, and that food will go in the right place.
Juicing.
Hmm.
Juicing like raw vegetables and fruit
Yes.
together.
Yes.
Is that good for you?
See, if you go technically between fruits and vegetables, there are not much difference what should be called as truly as a fruit and truly as a vegetable. For example, tomatoes, somebody say it is a fruit, somebody say it is a vegetable, right? But normally it is kept in the category of a vegetable. Normally, vegetables are having more nitric oxide production ability than the fruits. Similarly, fruits are having other quality like it get digested the fast. Fruits are known to have more fructose than the vegetable. That way, there are certain small differences, hairline differences. At the same time, there are a lot of similarity between fruits and vegetables. So you can mix it. It will not have any bad impact. Number one. Number two, it all depends on the type of body you own. If there may be a possibility, certain combination may not be suitable to certain person. So that how you know when you do it, you know, right? Certain your body may be allergic to certain vegetables, certain fruits, for all of us, including me, right? So that is done by hit and trial. Your body will respond in giving you some symptom, right? Then you discontinue, for example, indigestion, etc. Then you can discontinue. Or sometimes the taste will not be very tasty when you mix. So that is the first indication, right? So it is hit and trial, but yes, by mixing it, it will not make anything worse, other than some allergic reaction to some people, sometime rarely.
Can I suggest patients to take warm bath instead of cold water? Any suggestions or advice for stroke patients?
Yeah. Stroke patients should be advised to take the warm bath rather than a cold bath, right? So definitely either the temperature of the water should be the same temperature as the room temperature, or it can be a little warmer. But if it is cold, it will have an opposite impact. And many times it has been seen the person goes on a stroke in the bathroom during the time when he is having cold water bath.
What can we do when we are lactose intolerant?
You avoid lactose. And as I said, we all are allergic to certain things, right? So the moment you recognize that I am allergic to this, the only way to get out of this is avoid it for the rest of the life. There is no other way. That's why the God has given so many types of food that even if you avoid one kind, first of all, I say that we all should avoid lactose. We all are lactose intolerant. For some people, it is an immediate reaction, right? But some people, body accommodate, the damage comes after some time, right? So, in a way, we should avoid all of us should avoid lactose.
For Muslim patients which practice fasting, they will eat pre-fasting at around 5 a.m. What type of food you suggest?
See, there have been many trials up until now on this concept, on this idea that for Muslim people, many of you, during a certain kind of religious festival, you eat after sunset. or before the sunrise. I have personally noticed among them during those days, their blood sugar goes high, their weight goes up, their energy goes down, all the metabolic function get disturbed. And when they come back to their routine, it comes back to the routine. It is personally I found, and also in the medical literature, you will see many records. And some of the records I put in that book, the circadian doctor also, time as medicine, right? So in many religion, we restrict the time of eating, which may not be in coordination with our body makeup, but against it, those who are healthy, they can do it because anyway body recovers. But those who are already sick, for example, insulin dependent, I will strictly say to avoid doing such thing because the body will not support as it is they are on insulin and it is going to become worse. This we have seen many cases in our residential tour participants also. Right here, they become insulin free, and after some time, when I come back and meet them, oh, I am again insulin dependent, then I trace when it started again. Then I come to the conclusion that it is after those fasting kind of thing.
When do we do warm water bathtub and cold bathtub? Is the health benefit same?
No. Cold, warm water bathtub is the one which we advise, not the cold one. And it should be done when your stomach is not full. When the stomach is full of food, since the pressure is coming from the leg towards the upper side, so it will be a gastric impulse will come and you will be uncomfortable. So either you do it in the morning in empty stomach or you do it before going to sleep, assuming that you will finish your dinner by 6 or 7. By 9, all the dinner will be exhausted from the stomach since you are on DIP diet, right? And then before going to sleep, if you do hot water immersion, you will get a better sleep also.
You seem not to suggest eggs, unlike suggested by healthy food practice. Need your idea. How about flour and atta?
You asked 2 questions here.
Sorry, one is about eggs.
Eggs, yeah. You see, I just said anything which comes out of animal, avoid it. Right? First of all, if you're healthy, then do whatever you want. But if you're sick, allergic kind of thing, inflammatory disease, painful disease, a lot of pain in the body, the first thing is anything which keeps on increasing the inflammation further, we have to avoid it. And animal protein is the one which causes autoimmune reaction, as you know, which is known to increase the inflammation. So I'm not saying egg is a poison, but at the same time, it will not help you to recover. So at least till the time you are healed, you avoid egg completely. I'm saying when I say animal food, egg is also animal food, similar to fish, similar to meat or chicken. So avoid it. And also I say that you try all this, what I said, in the food spice for 1 week. And then you see, can I see a measurable benefit? If yes, then you progress it by 1 more week. Can I see now a beneficial effect? Yes, then you keep on doing it. I mean that you experiment, give yourself a chance of at least 1 week to see the result. Now coming to the second question.
How about flour and atta?
Yes. See, all kind of grains are okay and we have been eating, I eat, you eat, is okay. But some children are allergic to all kind of grains, wheat, rice, millets, right? They cause autoimmune reaction, causing autism, causing ADHD, causing diabetes type 1, or some kind of skin disease. So I ask them to avoid all kind of grains. Instead of that, we make certain kind of food. We call it zero grain atta. There is no atta in it, no grain in it. We make a powder out of some kind of dal, and we add some kind of nuts. We add chia seeds and coconut powder in equal quantity and make a powder of all of them and mix it together. And this powder, we call it atta. From this, you can make your own bread, own roti, right? So this we teach our patients during the camp, etc. Or we identify those patients, those who are autoimmune patients, skin disease or type 1 patients, and then we put them on this food, zero grain, and see what is the result. If any good result in 3 days, this means this is suiting them more than all kind of grains. Grains are food, I understand that. But for some people who are allergic to it, for them it is a poison. So by avoiding it for 3-4 days, you know that whether is there a substantial improvement. in some way. So in the symptoms, if yes, this means be on zero grain atta. Zero grain atta, you can just Google it with my name, you'll find.
How about honey?
Yeah, honey is a good source of all kind of nutrient if it comes from the natural honey. Natural means you go to any villager and when he can get the natural one without any adulteration, you get it. The one which is packed, they are all adulterated. They have to be adulterated. Only then they will be able to sell at the cost they are selling. Right. So if it is packed, it will not work. Definitely not work. Refined honey even called honey mixed with sugar even called. But if you can get a villager who can give you the raw honey, then you can consume it even if you are a diabetic patient, whatever patient. It is good. If it tastes good, you can have it. Yes.
Sorry, I would like to respond regarding fasting
Yes.
in Ramadan. If Muslims practice fasting the right way, when they actually we're just reversing the eating time. When we from sahur early morning 5 a.m. till break of fast, we're actually fasting a longer period. The longer you fast, the better. And actually, when you break your fast, you're supposed to eat small amount, not like what is happening now. You see the hotels are all fully booked. They eat tons of food.
They're eating even
And-
more.
Yeah, even more. That's why they put on weight. And when you, so you actually eat less in fasting month if you follow the right way as taught by our Prophet. So,
Yes, yes. And decide to eat only those food during the fasting time, which body can accommodate very easily. And those are only two kind of food, fruits and vegetable diet. This means don't eat during those days any kind of grains, any cooked food. And if you can be only on fruits and vegetable, that is the best thing your body will be able to accommodate. So that you can add. So normally, even in our religion, we have seen that whenever there is a fasting kind of, I call it festival, then they, to break the fasting, they eat too much. Rather, they eat much more than what normally they eat during the other days. So that also impacts the body. Yes.
As I remember, Aarti said what I would say. I asked the same question about the fasting. And I was told very good. I remember that the anti-Fiji system starts working when we stop eating before sunset. Sunrise till 12 hours, the body itself, it repairs. So it works equally same when fasting in the morning before sunrise, you stop eating till sunset. So during this time, the body itself auto Fiji system starts. Is that correct?
So no, let me add to it. Autophagy, it is 24-hour cycle, and our body clock is designed to release certain kind of hormone only at a certain time frame during the particular time. For example, the release of insulin or the activeness of the pancreas is between 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. broadly, right? But when you are eating beyond this bracket, you are forcing the pancreas to be active some other time, right? So autophagy works when the pancreas don't work, right? So pancreas don't work only, and pancreas works only when the sunlight. But now what happens? See, in last 100 years only, we experienced light in our control. Electricity was not there before 100 years. For 300,000 years, humanity, for light, it was only the sunlight, moonlight, or a little bit of fire. Only 100 years we could capture the light. So for our brain to understand whether it is day or night, it is confused. Because in light also, in the night also, everything is like same. Right now also, everything is same inside the room. Brain and the body gets a cue whether it's day or night. And one cue is from the light source, right? Accordingly, the body knows that when to release what hormone, when to start the autophagy, when to start or stop it, right? Autophagy can happen only when there is no other activity, right? That is more important. In the kitchen, the cleansing can happen when there is no cooking, right? If cooking is also happening and you cleanse also, that will not happen. You have to stop one of them, right? So autophagy can happen when there is no digestion happening, right? So for sleep, right? A different kind of hormone production is required at different time. To feel awake, a different kind of hormone is required, right? So, those timetable is already there, but what we know as circadian clock. When you break that circadian rhythm, then your body is disturbed, truly disturbed.
So last one, on coffee enema, your view on coffee enema.
Coffee enema, although we don't practice in our hospital, neither I practice, but we have seen from the medical literature there are a lot of good effects, but I'm not good enough to comment on it because we never tried it. So with this, we conclude to this session and hope to see you again. And next time when you come, I hope that you will have your own success stories. All the best. Thank you. Okay, the bed sheet here, you just see it so that you can make your own, right? Customize your own at home and take the advantage of 0 volt. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Biswaroop. We have a special event to share with you. But before that, a little bit of the info about whatever you have learned just now. If any one of you or you know anyone in your family or friends who may benefit from the program, and if you want to have a personalized program done for you, which may be 3 days or 7 days or even longer, you can contact Madam Salvarani. The program, we have a stay-in program at Eastern Hotel. And fortunately, the chefs at this hotel has cooperated and are able to prepare meals according to what Dr. Biswaroop has taught. And it's not easy to find a hotel that can comply with all the requests that we have made. Yeah, so that's why this mall has become a resident hotel for this program. And we've had patients even coming from Philippines, from overseas, from an American coming here for the program. Okay, for this next session, just now, Dr. Biswaroop invited our professor, Dr. Abdulaziz, to share about his experience. I have the pleasure of announcing to you that Professor Dr. Abdulaziz will be getting an award from the Asia Book of Records for having treated the maximum number of chronic kidney disease patients, more than treated successfully, more than 5,000 cases, as he has shared with you. That is his focus, the focus of his work now. Before I call him to receive the award from Dr. Biswaroop, this is the Asia Book of Records, right? Okay. I cannot open for you because it's sealed. But at the same time, if you know of anyone else worthy of getting any records, I was going through another of their sister publications, the India Book of Records, and they have hundreds of awards given to children. Very, very interesting. Children accomplishing fantastic feats. So if you know any of super kids or super adults, you can contact the organizers also. Okay, Professor Dr. Abdulaziz As-Safi is a specialist in integrated medicine with qualifications from University Kebangsaan Malaysia, his medical degree, Master of Public Health from University of Malaya, and a PhD in diabetes and cardiovascular disease from the University of Liverpool. He is currently professor at the School of Complementary and Traditional Medicine, UCYP, and the former professor at School of Medical Sciences, USM Kelantan, and professor at also previous professor at Lincoln University College Baru. He is the founder of Neo Medicare, an integrative
medical center focusing on chronic diseases like diabetes, chronic kidney disease, hypertension, and metabolic syndrome. He practices holistic approach that is combining modern medicine and the integrative methods. His current passion is the reversal of chronic kidney disease patients so that they don't have to end up with dialysis with his neo-renal palliative care. So that is Professor Dr. Aziz. And big round of applause, Professor, please. And okay, thank you, Dr. Biswaroop and Prof. Aziz. Now we would like to invite Prof. Aziz to give a speech on this occasion.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Amir. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning. Thank you very much, Dr. Biswaroop, and also Asia Book of Record for giving me this certificate. This is actually as a recognition for my works for the past 13 years. We works on chronic kidney disease. So now with the methods that we learned from Dr. Biswaroop and also the method that we combine with this modern medicine, we at least patient with chronic diseases or patient with chronic kidney disease have a chance to recover even without dialysis. Previously, we know that once you have chronic kidney disease, you have no other ways except dialysis. But with this method, at least patients have a choice. For those who don't want to do dialysis, they have a choice to do other methods, then they can recover completely, even without dialysis. We have shows again and again there are many successful cases can recover without dialysis. So this is the message that we want to tell other people outside there. That's by doing a combinations of methods like what we are doing, things like the IP diet, the IP diets, and also the gravity medicines, and plus the cupping therapy that we are practicing, we can show the great result actually. So this is the message that I want to tell other people. Then I would like to thank again Dr. Biswaroop and also my team who works continuously to give support and to give encouragements to tell other people that these are another alternative ways to overcome problem with chronic diseases and not only chronic kidney disease. Thank you very much.
So with that, we come to the conclusion of today's event, and thanks for your joining and spending time with us. Hope to see you in future. And all the best. Thank you.
Yes, for those who have drove their cars here, yeah, you can validate your parking tickets at the concierge at level 1. Flat rate 8 ringgit today, yeah. And also there are refreshments for you to take away. There's a goodie bag, small goodie bag outside. Please have one as you leave. Thank you.
Recording stopped.